nice. I told you one day I was gonna be on your screen. And now I'm here to introduce to you some great creative minds behind some brands and some businesses. So join us as we'll probably get way off topic. We're gonna sit down, have some conversations, and even play some games. Welcome to my show, Way Off Topic. We're here now with the creator and designer of the MAX+min and MAX brand, Miss Tiarra Smallwood. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining us.
Of course.
All right. So tell us, well, first of all, tell us about what your product is, how you came up with this awesome concept behind these bags. And a lot of people haven't seen them yet, but tell us how you came up with it.
Well, I've been designing since college. And after college, I went to start designing for Abercrombie. And when I left Abercrombie, I was looking for like more inspiration and like looking to fuel my own passion. And I think in that process, I was just like, I need to make something happen. I need to figure this out for myself. So that's when I started my own line. And I did handbags to start because, for one, that's what I was doing at Abercrombie. And two, I felt like if you have like a hot handbag and that takes off, that's when you can add like clothing and apparel and just kind of get the brand growing that way. And the name like MAX+min comes from designing for the minimalist with maximum attention and all of the details because like I'm super minimalist and I just wanted to design something that I felt like I was missing in the market.
Something that popped. It definitely popped. So what was the inspiration behind some of the designs? Like, how did you come up with them? Because they're like, they're awesome. So, like, what made you, like, how did your eye say, this is it?
I think I struggle with what was the inspiration question so much because I feel like people want me to be like, ooh, I like that stoplight right there. Like, that part is something deep. But I felt like stuff is just always in my head and it's just like not necessarily one thing. It's just like I just start sketching and I'm just like, no, this handle should look like this. And like, I'm sure I see things subconsciously that I feel like inspire it, but it doesn't necessarily come to mind like right away. Like, this is what I want this to be. I just know I like very structured shapes. So everything is very clean and straight and like kind of boxy, which you'll see like in the designs.
What took you from that to the traditional big handbag, the arm bag, the standard bag that, is carried?
I think even with like the last bag that I just designed, which is designed to be like a crossbody, a belt bag, and a handbag, I was thinking of like COVID and how nobody was shopping and everybody was like pinching their pennies. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, if I design this bag, it has to do everything. Like, you got to be able to wear this bag every single way. Like, if you're going to buy it, it got to do everything for you.
What I can do with this?
Like, what? You want this?
Right.
Like, I got you. Like, so that's how I was thinking with that in mind. And then also just thinking of when you build a collection, just like what the customer needs. Like, does she need a tote? Does she need a crossbody? Does she need like a weekender bag? Like, just keeping all of that in mind.
Right. Like, tell me a story about creating something where you thought like, oh yeah, this is it, and it wasn't.
Oh man. So I feel like I got really lucky with these first designs. Mm-hmm. Like, really lucky. Like, pimples came in, I'm like messing with them. I really liked them. They took off, like kind of just like fixed some specs a little bit here and there. But this next round, I feel like I'm starting to feel like, okay, you got a little bit of success. And then I started being like, all right, what can I do next? So I designed this new bag. Like, what is this? I got to present it to them. I know it's not good. They asked me what's next. But I just led with that. I was just like, hey, I got this sample and it's kind of tricky and not really messing with it. And it was like, yeah, we aren't either. Like come back with something else, which is like what I'm doing now. And I think I'm struggling because I'm getting into my head a little bit, but it's good as a designer to have these moments because it pushes you to be better.
As a creative, how do you sort out what projects you're going to do? Like, where you're going to move forward? Because Like, do you have like a million things in your head and you design? So I'm pretty sure you have like everything in there. So how do you sort that all
Money.
Well,
It's what I can afford to do at the moment. It's like I want to do a lot, but I know I have a budget to work within, and I know that I have to still grow the brand before I go too wild and too crazy with it. Like even getting back to talking to Saks and the buyers, and they're just kind of like, "Do you have more coming? Do you have a bigger collection coming?" I'm like, no. Like my brand strategy right now is to keep it really tight, like until like the customer catches on. Like I'm not putting X amount of dollars into it, and it's gonna grow eventually, but I'm not going wild with it just yet.
What were you doing before you started designing? Like, did you ever think that you were gonna do anything else, or did you kind of like go somewhere else, like maybe something?
I definitely so I went to school for it, and like high school, I always like fashion and being super creative and sketching and drawing. But I think when I got into fashion school and then I got my first job, and we were in meetings and people were so stressed out about like a color standard not matching and acting like it was like the end of the world. And I'm looking at these like, what? The customer is not gonna tell this boo from this boo, like, and they're acting like, yo, like we're not saving the world. And that to me became like it became like, oh, I'm doing something vain. I'm not really doing something that's contributing to society, and it kind of bothered me. So I did think about like, do I want to go back to school? Do I want to be like a therapist? I want to help people. Like, how can I do that? And I would talk to people about this, and Sierra, the pastor's daughter, like there's just like so many people in my path that I talked to about this, and they're like, no, you can change the world through fashion. Like you make people feel better, like with the clothing, and like people put on something and feel good, and that lifts their spirits.
And now, look, you already answered my question, because I was gonna say, if you would be doing something different from designing, what would it be?
Yeah, I would definitely be like, because I feel like I'm the friend that always wants to listen, or I just like the strangers. I like their stories, and it's just so interesting. People are so interesting, and I like helping. So I'm like, what does all of that? Like a therapist, a psychiatrist, like I would love to be doing that too.
But like you said, you help people in fashion, in beauty. Like you say, you look good, you feel good. Not necessarily, but a lot of times we need the outward, helps with the inward too. So keep designing. Because let me tell you something. I have this bag that I carry everywhere, and people be like, "Oh," because they love it, and nobody has it. Well, nobody had seen it when I first started wearing it. So I'm like, "Oh, where you get this from?" Of course, I would tell them, but I'm telling you, I put that strap on, I carry it like this. And I used to carry everything in my pockets, but I carry it like this with the bitch on my arm, sashay that bitch, and be like, so yes. And I'm waiting. Hold on, I'm looking for it. Soon I'm about to get the crossbody. Oh, one thing, can you tell us where we can get your products from? All of the places where we might be able to pick it up.
Yes, it's sold online at Saks and in Saks Fifth Avenue on Fifth Ave, and it's sold online in Bloomingdale's, and then it's on our website at www.shopmaximin.com.
Do you have any socials that they can get in touch with you on, or follow you on, or business?
Yeah, on Instagram it's shopmaximin.
So the question that I asked, how can we support your business?
How can you support? I think word of mouth has been big right now. Even on the Instagram page, I've just been getting so many followers out of nowhere, and I'm like, who's talking about my brand? Like, right? And all these people coming from. But I love that, and I think that's a big support that people don't realize.
Yes. Okay. So one last thing, because I want to get into the game right quick. If somebody, what would you tell somebody who would want to do something similar to you? Like, what advice would you have for them?
Well, I would say make sure you're very passionate about it, because it is hard. You're going to hit those hard points where you're like, why am I doing this? it's gonna hit your pockets at some point, probably like, why am I doing this? And I think for me, I tried to when I started, I didn't know what the business for like a few months straight. Like every single day, I had to find something new. Like, what is this person doing for this brand? Where's this factory at? Like, what does this other do? Like, what does this cost? There's always some more information to find out. And I think like research and Google is like your best friend.
So be passionate and do a lot of research.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Do you have, let me see, cards, dice, or paper? Either. Some dice.
I need to go get them.
Yeah, all right,
All right,
right. Okay, let's see. Got 2 silver dice. What you drinking?
Little classe.
Little classe. Okay, I got a shot of Douce right here. Some Douce over here. All right, so we'll go through 3 rounds. 7, 11, or doubles. All right, so if it's the 7, 11, or double, you got to take a shot. And if it's not, I got to take a shot. So if you hit a double, you hit the 7, you hit the 11, you take a shot. If not, then I'll take one. We're going to go through 3 rounds.
All right. We starting now?
Yep.
It's a 5.
Oh, shit. 2, hold on. I'm looking and I think I see behind you. 2 dice. All right. Damn. What you think about this again? All right. Hit it again.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That shit.
It was 10. That's you.
I feel like it's 2 5s in there, so
nah, it's a 6 and a 4.
Nah. We'll have to play it a little different next time. Alright. Hit it one more time. We do this last one. Can you get a 7, 11, or a double? Like what? We losing money.
I ain't put a string on that. It's a 11.
Okay, yes.
Oh, that's me.
It's on me, baby. Yes. All right. There we go. So, I do have a question. Do we have anything that we need to be on the lookout for soon coming from you?
I am hoping to launch it again with Saks and Bloomingdale's in the fall. So new collection. Definitely looking forward to that with them. Them picking up the new brand, the new line. So hopefully that comes in a few months.
Okay. And then again, can you tell us where we can get this awesome crossbody, Lumi crossbody as a product like it?
Yes, that's Saks Bloomingdale's and online at www.shopmaxmin.com.
Yes. Thank you so much. Like, we love a good bag.
Thank you for having me.
And I will catch you next time. Thank you again, the owner of Shop MAX+min, Miss Tiarra Smallwood. Get in touch with her. Shop MAX+min on Instagram. On the Saks website, inside of Saks Fifth and Bloomingdale's.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Join us next time for our guest. Make sure you follow the page of Shop MAX+min today. Support, reach out, word of mouth, and join us for our next guest. Thank you, everybody. Peace and blessings.